Welcome to Exploring the Arts. I'm your host, Ed Colley, and my guests today are the Essex River Rounders. So let me introduce you to my guests today. On my left is Joe Mansell. Joe, and what instrument do you play?
I play the electric bass.
And Barry O'Brien, I understand you play the washboard,
I play the
harmonica,
mandolin, guitar,
mandolin, the kazoo.
kazoo.
Have we left anything out?
That's enough for now.
Ernie and Pigeon, what is your instrument?
Mine is the six-string guitar, and I play the guitar and do vocals, and that's about it. Most of us do vocals.
Okay. And Mike Maginn,
Maginn, yeah.
what are your
I play the banjo and the guitar and the 12-string.
And Susan, you playing a violin and a fiddle.
Yeah.
How did you all get together in the first place?
We've been sort of accumulating as we go, but when we decided to call ourselves by a band name, we were together down at the Essex Shipbuilding Museum, right by the Essex River, getting ready to play and realizing we didn't know what to call ourselves. And the Essex River being right out there, that was the source of our name. Barry and Mike had met before and had been playing a little bit, jamming and whatnot. And then we grew from there. I found out my next door neighbor, Joe, was into playing the bass, so we drafted him to come and play with us, and he's been with us ever since. And Barry and I were out at a bluegrass fet jam down in Newburyport where we met Susan and asked her if she'd be interested in coming up and seeing if she liked playing with us. She did, and she's been with us ever since. So I think we've got about all we can fit onto a small stage now.
All aboard, train to Boston. Well, what I feel is like a full-train train. 5 miles long in the pouring rain. Rolling down the east street, loaded up with train cars. And I'm sitting in the Cadillac, smoking on a big cigar. And what I feel is like a 10-year-old, open my door with a good cartoon. I love that piece of burning up the atmosphere. When you hear me blow, I'm beating on there. 'Cause I'm going down Lincoln Town, turn my pretty little head around. Take the next train outward bound, carry you out of Lincoln Town. Well, babe, you know my homesick ain't no town or city. I need you rolling faster, carry me down the line. And I'm a rolling into Lincoln Town, baby, right on time. 'Cause love is like an automobile, or maybe it's a freight train running like a wheel. Big wheel rolling, I'm into the engine wine. And I'm a rolling into Lincoln Town, baby, right on time. 'Cause I'm going down Lincoln Town, turn your pretty little head around. Take the next train outward bound, carry you out of Lincoln Town. So when you see that old black smoke, know it's time to pack your way. Meet me at the station, baby, about a boat tonight. And you can ride in my Cadillac, honey, you can ride with the lights. I don't mind, 'cause I'm going down to Lincoln Town. Turn your pretty little head around. Take the next train outward bound, carry you out of Lincoln Town. And I'm going down to Lincoln Town. Turn your pretty little head around. Take the next train outward bound, carry you out of Lincoln Town. Watch out, babe. Here I go. North Station, Boston, all change.
Barry, when did you start playing your instrument? Have you been playing quite a while?
I've been playing since I was a kid, yeah, and singing. I grew up in a singing family, so just came natural, and
Yeah.
there were always garage bands in the 60s.
Yeah. Barry, when you're performing, do you listen to the other instruments, the other players?
Yes, that's really important.
Is that important?
Yes. can
You don't
run-
just
You
concentrate
can run
on your
amok
little piece
very
of music?
quickly. No, because you're always listening for holes. A band has a sound when it's operating properly. And the sound is the culmination of all the various different instruments falling into place. And you watch when we play, we'll be watching each other and trading eye signals about, where, well, the mandolin, for instance, and Susan's fiddle are strung the same. They're the same notes. So, you don't want to step on top of each other. You want to create a counterpoint. So you're always listening. And when these two guys play guitar, they have different rolling pick styles, so they don't land up playing the same thing. They set up a counterpoint to each other, and it's the sound that we're working towards.
Well, hey, mama, now did you ever go down on the mobile line? Hey, Lordy, mama, hey, Lordy, papa, holla about the mobile line. When it's the road to ride, ease your trouble mind. Well, I got a letter now, this is what it says. Oh, hey, Lordy, mama, hey, Lordy, papa, holla about the way it says. Come on, baby, because your mama says. Well, I ran out and hopped up on the road. Oh, hey, Lordy, mama, hey, Lordy, papa, holla down on the road. When I got there, she was laying on the floor. And when I die, mama, don't you bury papa at all. Oh, hey, Lordy, mama, hey, Lordy, papa, holla about papa at all. Just throw my bones down in some alcohol. And when I die, mama, put my picture on a frame. Oh, hey, Lordy, mama, hey, Lordy, papa, holla about the picture in the frame. You put it up on the mantel, you can see me well to say. And when I die, you come on, stop my friends. Oh, hey, Lordy, mama, hey, Lordy, papa, holla about to stop my friends. I'm gonna stop my friends just to get them will and well, hey, mama, did you ever go down on the mobile line? Hey, Lordy, mama, hey, Lordy, papa, holla about the mobile line. When it's the road to ride, ease your trouble of mind. Yes, it's the road to ride, ease your trouble of mind.
How do you select your music?
I think we bring to the group songs that we like from our own personal repertoire, as well as songs that we'd like to learn, new songs. And basically the group adjudicates it. We figure out if it's right for the group, if it's too much of a solo singer-songwriter kind of song, or if it doesn't have the right ambiance, so to speak. And it's pretty clear what kind of, after all this time, it's pretty clear what kind of music kind of works with our kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So we won't do Neil Diamond, for example, but we'll do Jerry Garcia. Hold on a second, please, hold on a second, I know. Oh, here, this one.
Oh yeah.
See how quickly we come to consensus in our democratic band here?
Can you tell when you're getting over to an audience that the audience is receptive?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
They start going like this.
They
in their
actually
seats.
start dancing.
Yeah.
And if they don't do that,
Yeah.
we got a problem. I might bring a song to the group, and then I say, I think this is a great song. And then we'll go through it a couple times. And first you have to get by the long blank stairs. If there's long blank stairs, it's not going to even get played out, right? If it gets beyond that, and then it gets arranged, and then you start looking at the audiences. And if we start getting long blank stares from them, the song stays on the roster for a while because it could be just that audience. But eventually, it lives and dies based on what the audience likes to hear.
Yeah.
If you're in a groove and you can feel the song emerge from the group, you see it land on the audience. And, you know, regardless of whether you like the song and say this is, it's a great feeling to see that transformation, if you will.
Now, the four of you were playing before Susan came to the group? Is Susan
Yeah,
the
we
last
were-
member on the
Susan's
group?
the last
For
member.
about a year.
How did that change what you were doing when you brought Susan in?
Cleaned up our act.
It brought us something we
Terrifically
always
helped.
wanted.
Yeah.
We always wanted to hear.
We got a
violin.
twofer. We got a female singer
Yeah,
and a really great fiddler.
yeah.
So we didn't have high end in the sound, and you know, it sounded like we could have called ourselves a grumpy old man.
Minus one.
Right.
I think that's
And then, but the other thing is that Susan's got a great voice, so you know we're working towards rearranging, restacking the sound to make that happen.
Yeah, she also introduced the possibility of doing instrumentals that are really a lot of fun. They're challenging to our musicianship, and when we play instrumentals, there's a special role for Susan in doing that. So.
And Susan, you were classically trained, is that correct?
I came up through the school system from 3rd grade to 12th grade, playing classical violin, and then just kind of stopped. and
Was it a
spent
hard
many years-
transition for you to go from classical to?
Well, when I was 50, I joined a traditional orchestra on Long Island, and we played all traditional contra dance music, and I had to first read it and then throw away the music and try to play by ear, and now that's what I do.
banjo as well, is that correct?
Yeah.
And what's it called, a long neck banjo?
Well, I have a long neck banjo, which is a Pete Seeger banjo, which the banjo I have, I bought when I was, I don't know, 12 or something. I thought Pete Seeger was the greatest thing in the world, and Dave Gard of the Kingston Trio, they played that banjo, so I had to have one.
Yeah. And how old when you started playing?
I must have been 12
12.
or so.
And Joe?
Well, I was a closet musician for a long time, and I've played drums in the past, guitar and bass, but I really like the bass.
And what is your role as a bassist in the band? What do you sing as well?
No, I don't sing. I tell jokes.
You got a good one right now. You can tell me.
Well, timing's a big thing, and
Critical.
Rhythm is incredibly important, is it not?
Yeah, and try to keep a consistent time throughout the song. So, but like Barry said, it's important to keep an eye on the others to see if we're speeding up or slowing
That
down.
bass guitar adds a beautiful undertone to your
It's everything.
music.
It provides the basement, so to speak. It's very noticeable without having the bass. You know, it's up there, brings solidity to it and drive, and it's a different experience without the bass.
I think that's the same thing for all of us, though. And I was thinking about this the other day when we play at a coffee shop, and sometimes we all can't make it, but you really notice a difference in the band and our sound when somebody's missing. And you go, geez, I wish that fiddle was there. Or boy, we really missed the banjo on that song. Or boy, we missed, Barry's mandolin on that.
You're really not the Rounders without all five of you.
No, I don't
here,
think
are
we
you?
are. I mean, we try to be, but you can't. Yeah.
When you were all playing, at Zoomies, there are like two doors and people are going in and out. Also, some went to the bathroom. They literally walked
yeah.
right by the violin and walked into the bathroom. You guys didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
People
You were-
being people.
You weren't bothered by it. And I think for me, what I enjoyed the most was I saw five people having a good time, and the music reflected that.
1, 2, 3, 4.